Hi, total recaps here. Today we will be going through the events of the 2018 sci-fi thriller movie Extinction. Warning, this video contains spoilers, so watch at your own risk. Now let's get right into the movie. Peter, an engineer, has dreams in which he and everyone he knows are subjected to violent, alien invasion-style encounters with an unseen enemy in a spaceship. As a result of this, he has a troubled relationship with his wife Alice and daughters Hanna and Lucy. Concerned about Peter's nighttime visions, Alice suggests that he sees a specialist. The next morning, Peter leaves his home promising to return back faster than usual so that he can spend more time with his daughters. When he is at work, he again sees a vision that his hand is full of blood and he is beating someone very gruesomely. His boss David also knows about his vision problem, so he hands him a number of health clinic which cures diseases like Peter has. Now before David leaves, he shares a very sympathetic look to Peter. As Peter is ready to leave for home, his eyes get stuck into a flickering light. Looking at the light, he starts getting another vision where he is changing a light bulb. Meanwhile, a news interview is playing where someone is saying that the robots must be given equal opportunity to live, as they can contribute to the surrounding. But the next person in the interview mentions them as a threat that can harm mankind. He also then adds that humans have created them and that they have the right to destroy them as well. Suddenly, Peter sees an attack upon them by the alien-like soldiers and rushes to hide inside a room where he finds Alice. After that, Peter wakes up from a dream at his office. He checks the time and finds himself late to be with his daughters as promised. On his way home, he notices some series of lights being flashed and asks nearby people to confirm if it is just his vision. However, nobody answers his query and he is ignored. After reaching home, he finds everyone angry with him. Alice is frustrated and begs with him again to seek professional help, to which Peter finally agrees to. He tries to explain what happened, but no one is ready to listen. This time at night, Peter has a vision of the same spaceship attack, light flashing around along with Lucy crying in front of some dead bodies. When someone tries to approach Lucy, Hanna points the gun at them. His vision seems like the whole world is hit by an apocalypse. He then wakes up from his vision and appears to be frustrated of what his life has become. Alice again suggests him to visit the clinic that David recommended to him. Peter reluctantly visits the clinic to receive psychiatric help, only to find a patient there who reveals that he is having the same visions, and that the psychs would only suppress these visions. The patient also mentions that the psychiatrists are trying to hide something from them. A confused Peter then starts gazing at a weird painting inside the clinic and sees a vision of his boss David and Alice carrying guns and getting ready for the war. This prompts Peter to believe his visions are of an upcoming invasion, which he does not want to be erased. Hence, he leaves the clinic without treatment. Later, Alice finds out that Peter has skipped his treatment and gets angry with him. That night, when the family is hosting a party for Alice's promotion, Peter is still keeping an eye on the sky, thinking that his visions might get real at any time. With everyone else enjoying the party, Peter is at a window observing the night sky by the help of a telescope. Suddenly, his worst fears start becoming true. Peter notices a large number of invading spaceships approaching the city. They open fire on the city, causing significant damage. Alice then also starts believing in Peter's vision after seeing all of this. In front of their eyes, a building collapses with the alien-like spaceship and the shockwave destroys the windows to a far extent. Peter tries to unite with his neighbor Ray and his family and also goes in search of a missing Lucy and finds her. Peter and Alice barricade them in their apartment amid the sounds of slaughter from ground troops. Meanwhile, an armored alien soldier breaks through the barricade and finds Lucy hiding under a table. The soldier pauses to examine the girl, which allows Peter to attack the soldier. Alice, on the other hand, hits the soldier with a baseball bat until he passes out, nearly breaking his protective suit. Peter, now armed with the soldier's weapon, unites with Ray. They try to escape but find the building swarmed with soldiers. After that, they carefully make their way to the rooftop. When they reach the top of the building, they can see a whole city being destroyed and caught in fire. They also notice a drone surveying with a flashlight, hence they hurriedly hide from it. Then they realize that they cannot be at the rooftop for long and decide to move down with the help of the glass cleaner's crane. Both families get into the crane and start to lower down. Meanwhile, one of the supports of the crane breaks and they start to evacuate in an open apartment just before the crane breaks and falls to the ground. Elsewhere, the unconscious soldier left in Peter's apartment gains consciousness and starts tracking his gun and the people with GPS. Inside the apartment, Peter tries to unlock the gun that he got from the invading soldier but fails as it is locked with the soldier's biometrics. On the other hand, the soldier seems to be tracking them with the help of the GPS fitted in the gun. They realize the soldier's approaching and decide that they cannot be in the room for long. Right then, Peter mentions that they can be safe in the basement of a government office where he works, but it is difficult to reach there in the chaos. Alice suggests that they can still reach the basement through the tunnels that she discovered during her work. As the planning is going on, one of the attacks hits their apartment and Ray dies instantly. Ray's daughter tries to find her dad but instead slips and is caught by her mother. Sadly, a surveillance drone locates them and both of them are killed brutally. Based on his visions, Peter and his family agree to seek shelter at the basement where Peter works. When they make their way back to the ground floor, they are attacked by 2 other armed soldiers. Peter is then forced to bypass the security of the gun to get through them. Risking his life, he manages to pick a short piece of wire and shorts the gun's wiring to bypass its authentication. He then kills the soldiers guarding the apartment building's exit using the gun. Meanwhile, the soldier whom attacked Alice is tracking their steps and following them. The family makes their way to a tunnel entrance hiding from the soldiers and drones to safely travel to the office's basement, but not before Alice is injured from a bomb blast, right at the entrance of the tunnel. She has a wound on her side and Peter is carrying her through the tunnel. As they regroup and try to cure Alice, the soldier from their apartment appears, having tracked them with a homing signal on the gun Peter took. Peter attacks him with numerous firings and also beats him down, but to Peter's shock, the soldier removes his helmet and appears to be a human. Peter then forces the soldier to carry Alice to the basement. When they successfully reach the basement, Peter is surprised to see his boss David with a group of armed troops. There, David explains that the invasion of the humans has been expected for many years. Peter enters the basement and asks for help to save his wife. A medic examines Alice and starts curing her with the taser gun, but informs Peter that he cannot save her. As David's men drag the invading human soldier off to execute him, he yells to Peter that he can save Alice. With no choice left, Peter agrees to take a chance and let the soldier save Alice. He decides to stay with the soldier and Alice, letting David evacuate their daughters to a subway station where a transport train awaits him to take them all to an off-site base. Here, a very sentimental scene is shown where the daughters are leaving their dying mother and their father with no assurance of seeing them alive again. In the next scene, the soldier starts examining Alice, but he is surprised to see that she is not human but an AI-powered synthetic robot. The soldier surprises Peter by revealing that Alice is a synthetic AI and mentions that to save Alice, she needs an alternate source of power, which is Peter himself. At the soldier's guidance, with no source of power nearby, Peter cuts open his own chest with a pocket knife, confirming that he is also synthetic. The soldier then connects a cable between the 2 synthetics and Peter passes out with Alice regaining her consciousness. He then starts experiencing in detail what he thought were visions of the future, but finds out they were actually memories of a past war. He finds that they are both AI-powered synthetics who were created by humans to serve humanity. Wanting equal rights as humans, the synthetic robots started a revolution. Peter once saved Alice from a human soldier, killing him by unintentionally. Fearing that AI workers, synthetics, might rise up against humans, the military attacked unarmed synthetics. The synthetics fought back and eventually drove all humans off the planet. Peter and Alice met during the tension, and while fighting the humans, they found Hanna and Lucy, who are also synthetics. As they have lost their parents, Alice and Peter decided to adopt them as their own. To deal with the guilt of what they have done and prevent themselves from living in fear of a reprisal from humans, most synthetics, including Peter and his family, wiped their memories and lived as humans, unaware of their nature or history. Meanwhile, people like David chose to keep his memory so that they could prepare for the return of humans for revenge. When Peter awakens, Miles, the soldier, informs him that people have been residing on Mars for the past 50 years. He claims that it took them years to gather the resources and return to claim and grab what is apparently theirs. He had anticipated the synthetics to be monsters, not families with children, and after seeing Lucy under the table, he realized he couldn't murder anyone. Seeing the robots care for each other, he is surprised. As the humans breach the factory's roof, Peter and Alice part peacefully with Miles to find their daughters. Peter takes one final glimpse at the human soldier who saved his wife. He also extends a handshake and expresses gratitude for his generosity. Later, as they run deep into the tracks, Peter and Alice are trapped in the crossfire between humans and synthetics. Peter notices Lucy's toy and makes his way through the fires to grab the toy. He also manages to pick a gun to protect Alice from the soldiers. The duo then dash through the steel doors and into a tunnel. They arrive at the door and begin rushing towards the train carrying their daughters. Hanna and Lucy spot their parents and start running towards them, sobbing and hugging. As they go towards the train, David attempts to give a cover for the family from the firings. They all make it into the train, with David firing a few final bullets at the human troops. The train accelerates and the family embraces each other in tears, glad that they are all alive and well. They all glance at the sunrise towards their beloved city in flames and destruction as the train is ready to enter a tunnel. The tracks of the train also collapse behind them, leaving their followers no chance to catch upon them. As they all depart on the train, David explains that he and a handful of other synthetics kept their memories to stay prepared for the inevitable return of the humans. Peter suggests that someday there could be peace between humans and synthetics, and all of them can stay together in the same world. And that was my recap of the movie. Hope you enjoyed it. Now comment on what your favorite part was, and make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, take care and goodbye.